Chief marketers around the world have got many tools in their armory to make the best out of their campaigns, whether it's online, whether it's other types of digital, whether it's TV, whether it's out of home. But how well are those campaigns performing, and could they be doing better? A little bit of research from Ebiquity says that a lot of money is being wasted potentially. Michael Karg, CEO of Ebiquity, what have you found out?
Hello James, thank you for having me. Well, we found out by doing a big study, 2,500 campaigns over the last 3 years, and we found out there's a missed profit opportunity. We know marketing is a true investment, and if you allocate the budget slightly differently on a macro level, there's a missed profit opportunity about $45 billion. It's a really big number and very encouraging for CMOs, I guess, to look at their channel allocation.
So how much of an uplift per campaign as an average? I know it's only an average, but how much could they be doing better?
Yeah, I think interestingly, first the message, marketing investments are really investments to drive profit. They drive about 2.8 on every dollar invested, and we can uplift that by about 4% if you look at the macro level. So it's quite exciting news if you think about the stalling growth and profit rates.
You've been doing all this research, 2,500 campaigns. Surely that means you've come up with the perfect mix. Well, you can save the CMOs an awful lot of problems.
Well, it's a client by client, industry by industry perspective and level. But what was really interesting for us is that, lots of marketers have spent lots of money in digital, and some channels, even in digital, work much better than others. So what we have found, for example, is, online video is probably underinvested. Digital display probably overinvested. And for many marketers, they may have taken too much money out of some of the traditional channels, in particular television.
Sometimes, though, visibility isn't that measurable. It is good to be seen, but you can't necessarily put an absolute value on it. Does that not skew your figures a little bit?
We are really focused on all of our analysis, looking at profitability and long-term studies, how marketing investment rate the profitability. So that was the core metrics that we used in all the campaigns we analyzed.
We've got to talk about you being in the news, Ebiquity, potential merger with part of Nielsen. It's been referred to the competition authorities, they've knocked that back. What can you tell us about what your motivation for doing this is and how you're going to try and move that forward?
Yeah, just to be clear, James, Ebiquity has two parts of the business basically. The core part and the majority of the business is a consulting business. That business we plan to stay independent as we are. We have a advertising monitoring business, tech platform business, and that's the part of the business we're talking about with Nielsen. We just heard about a week ago from the CMA in the UK that we're being referred, out of phase one. It hasn't been approved yet. That's not unusual. That's why the process has two phases. What that means for us, Nielsen and us will work very closely with the CMA on the process. And from a timeline perspective, we would then assume that maybe towards the end of the year we have more news.
What's the motivation for pushing that forward?
Well, from our side, I think what's really important, we want to focus on being world-class consultancy. And I think, we platform business in terms of ad monitoring. Nielsen has invested lots of money and effort into that. A lot of investments need to go into that. I think bringing those two things together, in particular when it comes to digital capture, is very beneficial, for the clients.
Michael, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm James Wright. Thanks for watching Marketing Media Money. To check out more online videos, just click on the boxes and don't forget to subscribe to the CNBC Live channel at the bottom of the screen.